there, it's Amanda here from DMG, and today we're going to be taking a look at two things but all connected to your PS4 controller. And the first thing we're going to look at is how to connect the controller to your Mac, whether that be a MacBook or an iMac, and then how to make that controller work for the games that you have on your Mac. And I'm not talking about games through Steam, because on the whole that will work pretty easily through Steam. So the first thing we need to do is connect our PS4 to our Mac. We go up to the Bluetooth button at the top of our Mac screen and open Bluetooth preferences, and this brings up the screen that shows all the connected devices. Then on your PS4, press on the on-off button in the middle there, and then the share button at the back. You hold those down until you see that quick flashing light. Now going back to your computer, you will see that the wireless controller is now on the list of devices. When we get up closer, you will see there is a button next to that that says pair. You want to click on that pair button, and that will now pair your PS4 with your MacBook. You will need to do that for every Mac that you wish to use your PS4 for. So if you have several computers, say a MacBook and an iMac, you will need to do that for each one. So now you will see that the wireless controller is in the list of devices that are paired. Now, in order to check the controller is actually working and paired okay, I've just opened Steam and I'm opening big picture mode. You'll see that little icon that I just highlighted there. So as you can see, I'm using the controller to move around the screen. This proves that now the PS4 is at least linked to the computer. What games will be played in Steam are, I think, really determined by Steam, but at least we know now that the PS4 is linked. So the next thing we want to do is see how to make the controller work on games external to Steam. So I've just opened up Alien Isolation here just to show you that despite the fact that we know the controller is linked, Alien Isolation and other games are exactly the same. It's simply not recognizing that the controller is there. We can see up on the Bluetooth that it's still definitely connected, but it's just simply not recognizing it within the game. So what we need to do is alter that and make it work. Now, it may be that if you have the slightly older PS4 controller, and you can tell this by looking at the top of the controller, when you look down on it when it's switched on, if you can see the light, then it's the new PS4 controller as opposed to the original PS4 controller. Now, the original PS4 controllers should work with these games no problem. The problem has arisen because PlayStation have come up with this new version of the PS4 controller, and a lot of the games just haven't caught up yet. Now, my games are mostly by Feral Interactive, so I contacted them. They very quickly emailed me back with a link which I clicked. It opened up a page with the download, which I also then clicked. That then downloaded a file which I moved from my download folder into, for some reason, my pictures folder. I don't know why I did that. Next, I went back to my games page, and still working with Alien Isolation here, I right-clicked and then clicked on Show Package Contents, then Contents, then Resources, and then Input Devices. I then just moved it around. You could make the dual page, it would probably make it easier if you use that feature, but I put up both pages so I had access to the file that I downloaded from Feral, and then I just dragged and dropped that into Input Devices. That was it, simple as. So like before, I've opening up Alien Isolation, and unlike before though, this time Alien Isolation has recognized that we do have a wireless controller, which means that now we will be able to play the game using the controller. So as I said, most of my games are by Feral, so I just went along on every one that was Feral. I did exactly the same thing, so that includes games such as Tomb Raider, Batman, Bioshock, Duex, or however you say that, Lego games, Life is Strange, Lord of the Rings, Mad Max, Total War games, XCOM. So a lot of the titles that you find a sort of the big name ones. So that, and certainly I'm sure that if you contacted other companies that maybe that you had a game for that you think that it would be helpful to be able to play with the controller on, I'm sure they'd be able to assist you as Feral assisted me. Unfortunately, the link that I'm given is only relevant for a certain amount of time, and it's not something I can pass on, but certainly it's something that you would be able to get yourselves easily enough by just contacting Feral via their website and the support page. So while I was just chatting there, you would have seen that I also added that file to Tomb Raider, so I could just show you that it wasn't just one game as in Alien Isolation even. So we showed you that Alien Isolation accepted that there was a controller, and therefore, as I told you, I was then able to play the game. But I thought that I would show you that it also happened on more than one, and in fact all the games that I've tried that I've done with this through Feral have been absolutely fine. So I've now added that file to the Tomb Raider. I've opened the game, and I'm actually using this now to control the game. So that is it for today's video. I hope that has helped you with this new PS4 Dual Shock Controller and how to make it work with your Mac. As I say, this is only, the last part of this is really only relevant for the Feral games, but I think the principle would be the same across the board, because I'm sure that other companies that have games that, such as Call of Duty, I know isn't one of Feral's, that's a big game, and it would be helpful to, I'm sure, to have that with a controller capability. So like Feral, I'm sure these other companies will have had some sort of file fix that you can easily get from them. But in any event, I'm sure with the ones that you've got through Feral alone, if you contact them, you'd be able to get this controller up and running pretty quickly and easily, as I have done. So I hope this video has helped. I hope you found it useful, and I'd love to hear your comments. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.